Hello everyone, welcome back to Bridge. This is day 3, the final day of the January Stars and Platinum Robot Individual. Had a good first session and a poor second session, so I'm sitting at about average. And we have another 16 boards ahead of us to round out the event of Just Declare. Not much more to say about it, I guess. Let's get into the first board. We've been put in 4 spades. East has overcalled 2 hearts for what that's worth. I think it doesn't really matter. Because we certainly have 7 spade tricks, no matter how the suit splits. 2 clubs, a heart, and a diamond. That's 10. Yes. Wait, that can't be right. That's 7, 8, 9, 10, and then eventually a diamond is 11. And presumably a diamond rough is 12. And you can't really do any better than 12 here, because you have to lose the ace of diamonds. There's just no way you could win this contract, make 13 tricks without taking at least 1 diamond trick. I don't think. Like, even if you found the Queen of Clubs singleton and could pitch a diamond, you still have to lose a diamond. There's no, like, squeeze. You could almost imagine, well, no. Because the only squeezes that produce 2 tricks are, like, repeating compounds, or repeating triple squeezes. And for that to happen, you would need the same player to be guarding all 3 of the other suits. But in order to even get to 2 losers without losing a diamond, you would need the club queen to drop straight away. Well, okay, so I guess if somehow West had the stiff queen of clubs... No, there's just not enough entries. Anyway, that's just a matter of, like, technical speculation, right? There's no way it's coming in real life. I was just trying to imagine, is there any layout where you could possibly take 13 tricks? I don't think there is. You need East to guard all the suits, but also you have 3 clubs. But in that case, you don't have any entries to any threats. Yeah, that's just crazy. Okay. So we just have to make sure we can get our diamond rough, basically. If the trump suit is 2-1, this will be trivial. So we should think about what will happen if the trump suit is 3-0. Suppose I play ace of hearts and a spade to the ace, somebody discarding. I mean, I guess at that point I'll play a diamond to the queen. And if they manage to rough the second or third round of diamonds, good for them. Not much I can do. Seems like a very, very solid, well thought out line. Okay. It is East with the 3 spades, and he's the one most likely to be able to overruff. Because he might, like, there's no way East has 6 diamonds after overcalling 2 hearts, right? So West would never be roughing a diamond, but East could be. East could be like 3, 6, 2, 3? Maybe? So now we could start talking about the possibility of a squeeze, I suppose. Maybe I was supposed to rough a heart first? No, bad play. Don't do that. Now that I know that West doesn't have any trumps, it could make sense, but... So, okay, we play a diamond to the... Well... We know East is the one short in diamonds, and if he happens to have a stiff ace, it would be nice to lead the 8 of diamonds up to the king. East would pop ace, and then the king-queen would be winners. But I can't afford to spend a club entry on that, I don't think. Because it's much more likely... No. I was thinking I might have a double squeeze around clubs, where East guards hearts and West guards diamonds, but that's what Clyde Love categorizes as type L double squeeze, which can never actually work. Because in this case, East, who we're imagining guards hearts and clubs, would be sitting over both the heart threat and the club threat, and would therefore not feel any pressure to discard, because Dummy would have to pitch a threat before he has to pitch a guard. So that can't actually happen. But West might well be just squeezed in the minors, I suppose, right? If he has like Jack sixth of diamonds, and like 5 clubs. Obviously that's assigning him a lot of cards, but we know he's short in hearts and in spades, right? So it's not out of the question for him to be 6-5. I don't think he has 3 hearts, because with 3 hearts and a spade void, I'd be raising here even with no high cards at all, I think. Also, East bid 2 hearts a jump, which I missed earlier. So he's showing 6 and... Oh! East is showing 6 hearts and weakness, not 5 hearts and strength. So I don't actually know where the ace of diamonds is. West may well have it. So East has 3 spades and 6 hearts. Leaves him 4 cards in the minors? Quite likely, then, to be over-ruffing in diamonds, right? Like, he's probably 2-2? In that case, that's the situation where West is squeezable in the minors. But only if I can get him to win the ace. No, if he ducks... Well, hang on. How many losers do I have? I mean, currently I have 3, right? If I can lose a diamond and then win another, I'll be down to 1. But there's no reason to suppose I could do that. I want to play like a diamond and have West win the first round. But I don't think I can convince him. Like, if I lead the king, he'll still say, no risk. He'll be willing to duck. Because he probably knows that he threatens to be squeezed in the minors, and he doesn't want to rectify the count for me. I thought this was going to be a very straightforward hand, but with Trump 3-0, there's a lot to think about. But suppose I play a diamond to the queen, and it holds. Now I'm down to 2 losers. And there's almost... I don't think there's quite the right holding in the minors to throw West in and play a strip squeeze. We can squeeze out his hard exit card. And I'll come down to 4 cards in the minors in both hands. So West will have to come down to... Oh no, maybe that does work. Because if I play a diamond to the queen, holds, draw trump, and run trump, there are only 4 cards left at that point. West has to keep 3 clubs, or the clubs are running, so he can only have 1 diamond. So I can play a low diamond from hand, forcing West's ace, if he has it. It's possible East has it, but probably not. And then West will have to play a club, because he doesn't have any diamonds. If he plays a low club, I can win the jack, and then the ace and king are winners, or the king of diamonds is a winner. And if he plays the queen of clubs, attempting to block the clubs, I can win the ace, cross to the jack of clubs, and cash the king of diamonds. So I think if we assume West has Queen fifth of clubs and the ace of diamonds, I think we've got him. Now, I don't know any of that for sure, but I think it's quite unlikely that roughing a diamond is going to work, so I'd like to try this other line instead. Oh. Okay, great. Well, hopefully this doesn't get roughed. Okay. I didn't have to play the squeeze. Claim. But, yeah, I mean, West did have 6 diamonds and 5 clubs. So if he hadn't hopped on the ace there, I believe that squeeze would have been necessary. Can we get... There we go. So I played this in spades. And I want to see... Oh, I guess I don't really want to look at it in that view anyway. I want to see just the normal hand viewer. So here, if West ducks... Oh. It says I can't actually manage it. Right, because West doesn't have the queen of clubs. He has 5, but not the queen. So he's not end played. I see. So if I follow up with my plan here of cash all the spades... West will have an exit card, a low club. I don't think he even necessarily has to keep both the ace and jack of diamonds, does he? Yeah, as long as I have a trump, he does, I guess. So he has to pitch a club here. But when I play this... I think he has... Yeah, he has to pitch a diamond. No, okay. Yeah, he has to pitch a diamond, in fact. And now if I try exiting a diamond, saying, aha, my king is set up, West has to hop ace, but I can't get back to hand. My vision of the end play was that West would be holding the same thing, but the queen of clubs, not just the 10. And then he would actually be trapped. But in this layout, he's not. Okay, well, I'm glad he hopped. I spent a lot of time thinking things through, and then it turned out the hand was very easy because West hopped, but I think it was necessary to do all that thinking because I might not have wanted to play a diamond to the queen. Maybe laying down the king would have been better, and I thought it through and decided it wasn't, but... Okay, anyway, we're in 4 hearts here. 3 clubs suggests that the heart finesse is probably losing, and the diamond finesse is probably losing, so likely to make just 4, as long as I make sure to rough this club. Okay. So they're threatening diamond roughs. So I think you have to win ace, rough a heart, ace of hearts, heart, to minimize the chance that East can rough a diamond. Note that West had the king, just in case that matters. Okay. Now, there's only one trump out, and it's the king, so I don't have to play that suit anymore. And it turns out you could afford to take the diamond finesse if you had wanted to. Because he's... Yes, excuse me. You guys do, of course, get a heart trick still. Because he doesn't have a singleton. He has only a doubleton, so ducking would have been fine. But if you try to take both red suit finesses, you'll be in hot water. Or if you try to take the heart finesse at all, in fact, whether you take the diamond finesse or not, East gets a diamond rough, and you go off, losing a club, a heart, a diamond, and a rough. 12 opposite 11, huh? I don't understand why I bid 3 no trump here. My hand is awful. But okay. I mean, it has play, sort of. Maybe. If we can bring in 5 clubs, then we're only 1 trick short. So, I mean, it needs a diamond trick, probably, right? But do I have to commit to the queen right now? I don't think so. And there's some possibility that East has, like, king 6-2. If West has something like jack 10-8-5. And so low would produce a trick in that case. I can always lead up the queen later if I want. Assuming I have enough time, which I may or may not. But if the clubs come in, I will have enough time. And, I mean... even if the clubs don't come in, I think if they manage to run their hearts, I have enough spade losers to pitch that I can still lead up to diamond if I want. So let's play low here and see what East tries. The 10. I could duck this. That does not seem very productive. It's interesting the West led the suit that I had, supposedly shown strength in. So he may well have an honor, I guess, but I don't see a reason to push on that just now. Okay, the clubs are coming in. So I don't think I have much play other than to attack diamonds, do I? Like, the spades look as though they may provide an extra trick, but there's actually very few layouts where that could happen. You need East to have the king and queen. Having just one is not good enough. There's no double finesse because your intermediates aren't good enough. And even if you found such a layout, you're giving the opponents a chance to lead diamonds anyway. So you might as well just do it yourself and hope it produces a trick, which I think from the lead of the 5 of diamonds onto this auction, probably West does have the king. Guess not. Ugh. The suit was 5-2. I could have ducked the second round. I don't think there's a reason to see that coming, is there? Did West play 5 and then 2 and I didn't notice? I don't think so. I think West played 5 and then 8, right? Yeah. So East's remaining diamond, I think, could easily have been the jack or the 6 instead of the king. In which case the queen is better. And, West choosing to lead diamonds, even though I'd shown stoppers, suggests he has a good diamond suit. I think I still back my analysis here that it's probably best to play the queen. Ducking is taking quite a position. East opened a diamond in third, and West bid spades twice. Okay. Nobody bid clubs, but West is leading them. It's tempting to play low here. It'll be a bit embarrassing if it goes king of clubs from East, club ruff. But it won't be the end of the world if that happens. Because that would mean Dummy's clubs are set up. And West will probably be ruffing with long trump anyway. right? If he has a singleton club, he probably has some length in hearts. Because he's also not that long in diamonds, or he would have supported. So, like, he doesn't have 4, for example. I don't think. So East probably has 6 diamonds. Yeah, I think I'll play low here. This could very well get roughed, but I don't think it'll be a disaster if that does happen. Hop. So I don't think there's a realistic layout where leading a club now is any good. Like, even if the player with all the hearts also has the remaining... I guess, okay. If somebody has 3 clubs left and all the hearts, then yes, I should play hearts. Clubs, clubs, clubs. Because I could pitch a spade on the 3rd club, and then on the 4th club, I can pitch a diamond while they ruff with their winner. But if I try that and the layout is not so friendly, I'm costing myself potential tricks. In particular, I may need, like, to pitch my diamond loser on a club, I probably need to draw a trump. If I just play club now, they'll ruff in, cash a spade, and play a diamond while they still hold a trump, and I can't get to dummy, and I'll lose another diamond as well. So I think most of the time it is right to play a heart here, even though it means I'm losing a spade. Yeah. But I get to avoid my diamond loser this way. There's no guarantee, by the way, that I would even get to avoid my diamond loser. If the layout were unfriendly enough, I might still lose that. But as you can see on this layout, they would be able to prevent me if I played a club here. West could decline to ruff the first one, but then ruff the second. So I think actually leading a club is... No, it's not fine. Why not? If I play a club, what is West supposed to do to beat me? If he just ruffs, or to hold me to 3, I mean. Oh, I guess all he has to do to hold me to 3 is just ruff. No, because they only have 1 trick. They need 3 more. If he ruffs... He can play... That's their second trick. Then a spade. Then a heart. Yeah, I guess that is their 4 tricks. Okay. So I don't lose a diamond, but I still make only 3. Okay. I mean, 3 spades doubled. What does Gibb think this double means? He thinks it shows nothing. Just a hand. 2 or more spades suggests he thinks it's a penalty double, but obviously this is not how you would describe a penalty double. I'm going down, I can tell you that. I have to lose at least 7 tricks? Oh boy, okay, well, good thing everyone else is in the same contract. Their masterful defense. They found the diamond ruff. What a pro. Club? No. What I want is for them to let me in to pitch a heart before they cash out all their hearts, but they're not doing that. Great. I don't think they're going to fall for this one, guys. Well, this should be quite a flat board. You really cannot do any better than this. Maybe if you false card the Queen of Diamonds on the third trick or second trick or something, but that's the kind of thing that would work on like beginner humans, but not good humans or robots, I don't think. Because West's 9-8 is pretty clearly a doubleton. So a human won't be fooled, and Gib won't be fooled either because he won't even care that you've played the Queen. Maybe he would, because he'd say, "Oh, the Jack is a winner. They might win this trick." I don't think so. Anyway, 2 spades after East opens and West doubles. I have 11, dummy has 8. Okay. Well, I'd like to make sure I can ruff a club, which I guess means I can't afford to lose this diamond, because they could just draw 3 rounds of trump. So it looks like ace of diamonds, club, 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 spade is the main line here. And it doesn't matter how high I rough and dummy, because the 3 and the 8 are equally strong. The opponent's spades are ace, king, queen, jack, 9. West had only 1 diamond, so it certainly would have been even more wrong to duck. Kind of funny. This hard position. I'm just thinking, like, is it possible that I can avoid losing a heart? I mean, if East has the queen, there's not much I can... Well, there's not much I have to do. Just play ace and then king and then jack and they'll all win. But East pitched a heart, which a human wouldn't do holding queen x. A robot might well do that because he knows it's coming down anyway. Let's look at high cards. What East... East had only 1 spade, which was... I forget, the ace? I think. Maybe the king. And in diamonds, king, queen, jack. Clubs. I think we saw the jack from East, and maybe we're about to see the queen. Meanwhile, West's double was king, queen, jack of spades. I mean, I think West kind of has to have the queen of hearts. All right, so East had the queen. All right, I think in that case, we may as well try a backward finesse here, run the jack. I don't think East has the queen. And if he has the 10, this is a way to set up a third heart trick. Probably he doesn't. Oh well. Can you do much better here? I don't think so. Yeah. That's the best you can do. There's always someone who surprises you, right? On these, like, they just do something that's impossible, but among possible things, this is the best one. Something impossible always happens, but you shouldn't worry about it. When there's 100 tables, something weird will happen. I'm in 1 no. I have 11 opposite 8. Okay. So we can win 3 hearts and a diamond. That's pretty easy. But to take any more tricks, I have to surrender at least 2 tricks in something. Either the ace-king of spades, the ace-king of clubs, or 2 rounds of diamonds, and then hope the suit is splitting, or I drop an honor or something. And in clubs, you can certainly set up 1 trick, but that's all. In diamonds, you might set up 1 trick, but that's all. In spades, you might set up 1 trick, and you might even set up 2. Well, you'll probably set up 1 trick, and you might set up 2. So I think spades are the standout choice here, which means we have to preserve the queen of hearts as an entry. So win the ace here, play a spade. Great. Huh. King of diamonds. I mean, that's interesting, because it means they no longer threaten to take 3 diamond tricks if I win the ace here. They can only win the queen and the jack. So, what if I won this and didn't try to cash the spade? Like right now, I could cash out for 2 I have now. 2 red tricks and the jack of spades would be 5, maybe 6 if the spades are 3-3. But what if I win this and play a club, trying to set up another trick there? Winning this and playing a diamond doesn't make a lot of sense, because I wouldn't have an entry to the established diamond at the end anyway. But I could win this and play a club. They would certainly be able to take 4 tricks if I did that, which would get them to 6. So that's a way I could maybe make the contract, if they let me get the club and the spades are splitting. But they still have a chance. Like they could knock out the heart before I knock out the last club. So there's no layout where that double dummy lets me make 7 tricks. So we're looking at what is the best way to trick them. Should I win this and play clubs, or should I duck this? If I duck this and they continue a diamond honor, they might be in for a bad time. Although I think probably not. Because I wouldn't be able to get back to my hand for the diamond winner. So I think you just win this and play a club and hope they don't realize they need to knock out the hearts, or they can't for some reason. They're no fool. But they only have 1 heart to cash, so could I afford still to play a club? I think so. I could play a club to the 10. And they'll be at 4 tricks. And then they can cash... Well... They can cash 2 diamonds and a heart, plus the club I'm giving them. So that would be 4. They'd be getting 6 tricks. They have 3. They get a club, a heart, and 2 diamonds. That would be 4. That would be 7. Whereas if I just cash out the spades, I'm never getting more than 6 tricks. 6 would be my maximum. Yeah, so I guess there's no harm in seeing if they somehow let me take a club. You do have to make sure that you have pitches available on the heart, But if I play a club to 10, I can afford to pitch a spade from hand and a diamond from dummy, and everything's still held together. Hey! Theft accomplished. Boo. Alright, well. So still down 1, but I think that's a fine score. I don't think it's anything exceptional, but... Did I miss a spade spot? Could I have finessed on the last round? Oh, I think West must have split with the 10 or the 9 earlier, right? No. I played the 6 to the jack. If I had just run the 6, it turns out, that would have been better. So I guess that's a lesson in playing against the robots, is it would have been better to lead the 8 here, because that might convince West to cover, and then maybe I would have figured out the layout. I don't know if I ever would have had the guts to finesse against the second spot. But at the point when I was thinking about whether I can afford to play a club here, I think it was perfectly safe, and indeed a spade would have been the only way to not get 6 tricks, apparently. And again here, I have to keep hammering. It says you can hammer on anything you want. Just don't set up West's last spade trick. Very funny. Okay. Cute. So it wasn't a theft so much as a well-deserved dodge of an under trick. $12 opposite 8? Nobody bid anything. I'd like to rough my club, loser. But if I want to do that, I can't draw any trump, because they could draw all the trump. And what that means is if I just cast 3 clubs, like I could cast 3 clubs and rough the last one. Fine. But what if they're in a position to rough the 3rd club as well and draw trump? Then they've roughed one of my club winners, and I'm left with a club to lose. So I believe it's better to play ace of clubs, king of clubs, rough the club right away, and then cross in spades to rough my club winner. Dummy's heart spots are good enough that they can only over-rough me with trump winners anyway. Yeah, I think that has to be right. And now we still have to lose a diamond and a spade and the 2 hearts that we already lost. And they can't possibly defend this wrong, so I will just concede a trick. Now, on this layout, I could have gotten away with cashing 3 clubs and roughing the 4th, but there's no reason to take such a risk. When the spade entry is not necessary for anything anyway. You can rough the 3rd and then rough the 4th much more safely. Okay, we're in 3 no trump. Spade suit is looking pretty menacing. The hearts are promising, but I do have to lose a trick to get those to come in. Does it matter if you play the 10 here? If East has the queen, I don't think it matters. If West has the queen, I don't think it matters. Alright, I'll play the 10 then. Why not? Oh! If West has the queen, it does matter because it forces East to win the first trick. He doesn't want to let me win the 10. And then I have a better chance. Like, I can actually duck a spade myself and cut off their spade transportation. And that way, if West has the ace of hearts, they can't catch the spades. I think that's why the 10 is right. Because if I... Well, no, yeah, if West has the queen... No. That's... Is that nonsense? Suppose West had the queen and I had played low. East still has to play the ace or I get 2 spade tricks. So yeah, I don't think it mattered. Oh, I just had a realization. If I had believed that West had the queen of spades, I should have popped king, actually. Because the suit is blocked. So I should have put more thought into who I think has the queen of spades. Because it's not just like, well, you gotta finesse, like, you gotta duck to cut off the entries, and you might as well finesse. No, if West has the queen, it's important to reject the finesse. And I didn't see it until right... As soon as West won, I realized I had missed an opportunity. Should have seen that coming. Okay, well, I think I'm toast now. Because there's no way I can take enough tricks without attacking hearts. And if East has the ace of hearts, which is likely, there's not much I can do. Whereas I could have if I had hopped on the spade. Oh! Oh! So lucky. Wow! Not punished. They're actually rewarding me for my misplay. Now, on this layout, it turns out since West has the ace of hearts, it doesn't matter whether you hop or not. Neither play is actually producing more tricks than the other. But obviously some other layouts could have been possible where it would have made a big difference indeed. Alright, and we get to make our 3 just barely. Yeah, I'm usually not very good at spotting these blocking plays. Because you have to read the suit accurately right away, like before you see what they have, obviously, in order to know whether you can block the suit. And often you risk something if you try to block the suit, but it's not working. Like if East had the queen, it would have looked very foolish to hop king there, right? But like West's 2 and East's 8, those really ought to tell me that West has the queen, I think. The 2, okay, I mean, it could be from 3 small. I don't know what robots do in that situation. But the 8, I don't think Gib would do that if holding the queen. Certainly a human usually wouldn't. A good human might do that to try to trick you into thinking they don't have the queen. But the robots don't understand this kind of double bluff. They just lead according to conventions. And the leading convention is of, like, lead high if you have nothing. So I think I got away with a definite error there. I made the wrong play, not just a play that could have been wrong. And it turned out it didn't cost me. Okay, so we're 2 spades by East. The 2 led, so that's a 3-card holding, presumably including an honor. Well, I don't know. I don't know what West leads from 3 small. What? Do you guys know how to bid? Hello? North said, let's play clubs. And South was like, if you say so. You should have picked diamonds, buddy. After bidding 2 no. There's something wrong in their bidding systems. North knew he was playing Lebensall, but then thought 3 clubs was clubs. Or something like that. Something wrong with the switch to the new Gibbs system. I don't think they used to make this kind of... They make lots of crazy bids, but I don't remember seeing this one before. You don't see a lot of Lebensall auctions, so it's possible I just don't remember it. Or it indeed hasn't come up. But this is not the right auction. It's an okay contract. I'd like to draw Trump in kind of a hurry, so they don't get any diamond roughs. But I'd also like to set up the diamonds to pitch hearts. And I'd like to make sure I don't... Like, if I play ace king of clubs, I end up having to waste my jack 10, and if the suit is 4-1, I'll end up losing 2 tricks if I try that. So I could win this and play a club to the jack, figuring West probably has the queen and it's probably protected. But what if he has queen third, wins it, and then plays ace and a diamond for East to rough? Right, in that case, it would have been better to attack clubs right away. Although, actually, that would be fine, because then I still get to pitch my hearts. So, yeah, okay. But let's it wouldn't be that fine. Because they might get another rough with a spade entry. No, I don't think that's very likely. I think I want to do this. Club to the 10. Oof. Ouch. Owie. Getting punished on this, I guess. Now diamond for a rough. Very sad. No rough. Okay. And now, I believe it would be an error to continue drawing trumps. If they rough a diamond, I'm not unhappy. Oh, yes I am, because they can rough while they still have the ace of diamonds. So I can guarantee down 1 if I want, by drawing trump and then attacking diamonds. If the same player has ace of diamonds and the last club, I can never set up a rough. Or set up the diamonds, rather. Because they can just win and... Oh, yeah, I can, because the jack is actually an entry. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's possible this gets roughed, and I might be a little sad, but not that sad. Okay, yeah, I am that sad. I take it back. You're right. Because now... Yeah. Now West can hop ace. Like I said, if they can rough while holding on to the ace of diamonds, I'd be in trouble. On this layout, I could have played the last club. Well, no. I would have been down 1 less, because I wouldn't have had to lose diamond rough, but I could never set up the diamonds to pitch a heart, I don't think. If I'd drawn... I mean... I could have maybe, like, you know... if I'd played ace king of clubs, I wouldn't have had to lose the queen and a rough. So this is going to score quite badly. I don't know really what was right and what was wrong. On this layout, it certainly was bad. It says it doesn't matter. You're always down 1. Interesting. Right, because at the end I still could have drawn trump. Yeah, so at this point I have to draw trump. But like... Huh. I was thinking East probably didn't have a diamond void remaining because West should have jumped ace and given him a rough if that were the case. But if he does that, then I don't lose any hearts, right? So I shouldn't rely on that kind of inference. If this layout exists, West has to not win. I don't know, though. I mean, on the auction, is it so unreasonable to suppose that East has only 2 clubs? Like, he could... No, right, because the robots never do this with 6-4. So if I believe he has a diamond stiff, he can't have only 2 clubs. He has to have 3. Yeah. I mean, East could have had a diamond doubleton. In which case, playing a diamond is actually a good idea. Like if East were 6-2-2-3, for example. 6-3-2-3. 6-2-3-3. 6-2... No. 6-2... Anyway. It's only a problem if they can ruff before winning the ace of diamonds, which only happens on a 4-1 split, which only happens if he's specifically 6-3-1-3, which I don't have any real reason to suspect, I don't think. I don't know. I think my play was okay. I could be wrong. It certainly didn't work out. Quiet auction. I mean... I don't know. I should think about the whole hand, but just like, when could it ever be right to play the king here? I don't think it can be. Great. Now, the thing is, they still have the ace and the queen, and then I have to, like, figure out... It would be nice to have a second diamond stop, and I don't know if I do. But I think you just go after spades and try to get some tricks there. Whoa! Okay, they didn't continue diamonds. So let's do a little inventory here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At least 7 tricks, perhaps more. The 8th if clubs come in, or spades, and the 9th if they both come in. I could take this finesse. I don't really believe East is underleading the king here. And if I guess that he's underleading the jack and I play low, I mean... Even if I'm right, it's quite risky, because it might go like ace of diamonds. Well, no, because West has the ace and queen of diamonds, doesn't he? East would have played either one of them by this point if he had them. So actually the 10 of diamonds is safe. They can't take 3 diamond tricks. So I can afford to try playing East for the jack. Okay, fine. All right. I thoughtlessly pitched a club. It's a good thing West is playing a heart, because I gave up. I thought I just had all the rest of the tricks after this, but I didn't. I actually needed an extra trick somewhere, and they've given it to me by leading hearts, and it turns out the king was onside all along. But if the clubs had split, but the heart was offside and the spades hadn't split, I needed that last club. I miscounted somewhere and thought it was okay to just pitch it. Quite an extreme layout on that one, huh? Club 6-0, diamond 6-1. Double dummy you can do very well. West never gets in, right? You play the... you win the jack of diamonds, trick 1. Play ace of spades, small spade. East wins the king, but can't play a diamond. So you end up getting 3 spades, 2 hearts, a diamond, and 3 clubs? That's still only 9. Is that really all you can get? Wow. I would have thought you could produce more tricks on this layout. No, not export. Just... But it says you can't. Just making 3. And I think the way I played it... Well, I guess... I still could have fallen back on the heart finesse, but my club pitch was a bad play, but not one that cost me anything. Or I could have taken the spade finesse, but West leading hearts for me solved the problem. Okay, we're losing a club, we're losing a diamond. We might lose a spade, we might lose a heart, we might lose a bunch of more diamonds. I think I should duck this. I could play the king if it were important to me that East be on lead, but it's not. And if I duck, it means that later East will be unable to play the suit. And unless West continues it, in which case, whatever. They've given up a tempo to me. I'm on lead now. I could play, like, a heart. Because, like, let's say I get the spades right. That's 6 tricks. 2 aces is 8. I still need 2 more, which pretty much has to come from either establishing the hearts or roughing diamonds. And you can't rough very many diamonds, I don't think. Well, to me it's king 7 of spades. Maybe if you ducked a diamond... you could play, like, low diamond, ace of diamonds, rough high... and then later rough with the 7, so that if they over rough, it's with the queen, which isn't that bad. But then you're still losing a diamond, a club, the queen of spades, and you end up needing the heart finesse anyway. Given that I need the heart finesse, I'd rather just use the hearts to pitch my diamonds rather than take roughs, I think. Roughing with the 8 here is just like... I don't know that there's going to be any universe where I need the 7 as an entry, but it retains maximum flexibility. This is something I try to be in the habit of doing, is retain maximum flexibility in a suit just sort of by reflex, without having to stop and think, oh, do I actually need to do this? I think it's a good habit to be in. I try to be in that habit, and that's why I roughed with the 8 and not the 6 here. There's just never any upside to roughing with the 6. On this deal, will it matter to rough with the 8? I have no idea. Probably not. But maybe. It can't hurt, certainly. There's the king. Okay. I think it's alright to play low here to the jack, but... of course, if it's roughed, that's rather embarrassing. What if I play a spade to the jack first? West would be the only one who could win it, and he can't give himself a heart rough. And there's no way he played the king from king 5th, I don't think. King 9, 8, 5th? No, not when I led the 10. So East isn't roughing hearts, but West could be. So I could play a spade to the jack, retaining spade entries in dummy, and only unblock the heart later? I kind of like that idea. I don't really know if it's correct. Oh. Okay. I think I'm going to play one more spade. It could be wrong if I need to play like jack of hearts, spade, heart rough, spade. I don't know, maybe this is just bad. But this way ensures I get at least one heart, like the queen, right? And when the spade suit is 2-2, Oh, funny. I have to make a decision here, don't I? I can certainly make 5 by losing a diamond now. Then I can win the ace, ruff the 3, and pitch the 10. But if I believe hearts are 3-3, I should cross in spades. Heart, 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 pitching all my diamond losers and make 6. If I'm wrong, though, I'll make only 4. I don't think you're supposed to play... Now, I could have cashed the second heart before playing the second spade, and then I would be in dummy. And in fact, the 7 of spades would have been an important entry in that universe, so... but I was worried the hearts were 5-1. Maybe that was just something too silly to be worried about. But I guess I'm just going to settle for making 5 here. It's Doubleton. So I could have made 6 by cashing a second heart before playing the second spade. Right. Jack of hearts. Jack of spades to the king. Ruff a heart high. 6 of spades to the 7. Hearts are good. But I still have a diamond to lose in that case, don't I? Because I have to ruff one. It only matters to have the hearts unblocked if the hearts are 3-3. If they're 4-2, roughing them good doesn't even do me any better than getting a diamond ruff would have done. So I actually think it doesn't matter what I do here. Yeah, okay, cool. So I was right not to try to cash this, because there's not actually any universe where it's helpful. And it's bad if they get to ruff it. Okay, cool. 6 opposite 11 is a mere 17. So they have 23, and West has about 16 of them. So East has about 7, but couldn't find a call over 3 hearts? Kind of a surprise. Okay. I'll just play cards for a while and see what happens, I guess. This Jack is another instance, by the way, of retaining flexibility. If I'd played the 9, the 10 could never be an entry. Well, no point taking the heart finesse. Can I afford to ruff with a queen here? So that the 6 might be an entry? I think so. Sure. We know the finesse is losing because of the 1 no trump over call. So no point taking it. Now, West has shown up with an awful lot, hasn't he? King of Hearts, Ace of Spades is 7, and like King, Queen, Jack. I don't know where the Ace of Clubs is. I think either one of them could have it. It's within their budget. I think, though, didn't West play King, Queen, Jack of Diamonds, never playing the ace? I think the robot would have played the ace at some point. Like, usually you would lead the ace from ace, king, queen, right? So I think East actually has that ace, which together... No, wait. Who had... Didn't West have the ace of spades as well? Yeah. So right, East has the ace of diamonds, but like West has shown up with king, ace is 7, king, queen, jack is 13. West has 15 to 17, which is either the queen of clubs or the ace of clubs, but not both. And so I don't really know what to do. I mean, I guess the point is, no matter where, like, if East has the ace of clubs, there's nothing I can do. I'm going to lose two of them. Because I can't end play them to lead the suit for me. So I might as well just lead up to the king and hope West's card is the ace. And I also might as well draw the last trump first, because the 9 is a winner. I can still be in my hand when I lead a club, and the spades are not blocked. So yeah, there's just no downside to cashing and then playing a club to the king. Okay. So East had the queen of clubs. Yes, and I read the diamond layout correctly. The club layout was a guess, but it's the kind of guess where, like, you know, heads I win, tails it's a draw. Right? You can't lose. You have to play up to the king because it's the only layout that matters. If you guess the other way and you're right, you're still gonna not get any tricks. So, okay, not much of a guess in that sense. I mean, it sure looks like I just have spades to lose. I don't know why we chose spades as a trump suit. Well, the problem is my trump control is an issue. I'd like to finesse the jack of spades, but I don't want to use a diamond to get to dummy because that would make it easy for them to rough diamonds. And I don't want to use a club to get to dummy because that would let them start tapping me in clubs. So I think I just have to play spades from hand. And I think if you're doing that, you should play the king and the queen, right? Low to the 9, like, let's say you were playing this suit in isolation. And you just needed to... You couldn't get to dummy, because I think I can't afford to get to dummy in either of the ways that are possible. And you want to take as many tricks as possible. Well, I don't know what that line is. We'll come to that. But if you want to make sure that you only lose 2 tricks, you should play low to the 9 at some point. Maybe king first, just in case the jack is singleton, but then low to the 9. If you play the king and then the queen, you risk ace-jack fifth taking 3 tricks. Because you waste your 9 under the queen. But I'm not playing this suit in isolation. I need to draw trump relatively quickly. I don't want to lose an early trick to the jack and then one to the ace and then let them rough. I'd rather lose one to the ace and then lose another one to the jack later after I've drawn all the smaller ones out. So I think it's probably right to just play the ace, play the king queen here, and if the trumps are 5-1, I'll be sad, but I think it's probably right. Now I still have a chance. I could play a club to the a spade to the 9 here. Or actually, now that they've continued attacking hearts, maybe I could afford a diamond to the ace. It's now not so easy for them to set up a diamond ruff. Yeah. I think since they won the first spade, I can sort of afford a finesse here. It'll have to be 9 to the 10, so that in case it wins, I'm not forced to tap myself or give them a ruff to get back to hand. But if East has ace-jack third, that'll produce an extra trick. Also, I guess, all the layouts that try to handle 5-1 spades are kind of doomed anyway, because they can just tap me if spades are 5-1, so just assume they're not. Okay. With unlimited entries, I could have picked this suit up by low to the king twice. Low to the king, then low to the queen, which I think is the right way to play the suit if you have unlimited entries. But I didn't. I'm not even sure. Is this, like, low to the king first is definitely... Is it right? It might be you're supposed to finesse the jack right away. Let's ask suit play. Well, let's think about it for a moment first, and then ask suit play. I don't know. It's the kind of layout where the kind of suit where I'm not very good at analyzing it. Yeah, let's just ask the computer. So North had 9-2 and South had King Queen 10-8-4. Let's assume unlimited entries. I'm just trying to solve this suit in isolation. There's only one line to consider, which is lead the 2 and finesse the jack right away. Okay. Because you need to protect against East having jack fourth, basically. Load the king and then finesse doesn't work in that case. Sure. I guess I should think about it as analogous to 2 small opposite ace, king, jack 10, fifth. You need to find the queen, and it's better not to cash the ace because you need to finesse twice. And leading towards the king is sort of analogous to cashing the ace in that layout. Okay. Tried to sign off in hearts, and only then partner competed in spades. Fascinating. Willing to defend until they tried to play your best suit, and then you said, no, 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 we've got to declare. Very funny. Well, I have 9 points. I would not bid too... I used to be a much more active bidder over no trump. I've gotten a lot tamer. I mean, it's been a while. It's not a recent development for me, but I don't get involved unless I have an actual hand. This idea that you have to break them out of their good no-trump system, I mean, sure. But they usually have good systems over interference, too. Lebensal is fine. You're not going to, like, ruin them, and you end up in awful contracts if you bid with awful hands. So, okay, I have 9, dummy has 10. That's 19. East has 16, give or take a point. So West has 5, give or take a point. And it seems like they're mainly in hearts, because you shouldn't bid this way unless you have at least 6. West might think you could have 5. I really don't agree, but I do believe Gibb has the courage of this conviction and may have 5 sometimes. But he led a diamond. Trying for a ruff, I suppose. I mean, I don't see any downside to playing the queen here. I'm pretty sure East is going to play the king, but just in case he can't, we should play the queen. Okay. Is West roughing a diamond? No. We do not need to win this ace. I want to stop West from being on lead, so I will duck. Against a human, you would have to worry that East might have 6 diamonds, but Gibb just doesn't do that. I mean, so West has the queen of diamonds, because East played king and then jack. And we said West has about 5, give or take a point, right? Because I had 19 and you said 16? Yeah. So West has a king, give or take 1 point. One of the cards is probably in hearts, so I think East has everything else. Which means East should have both the king and queen of spades, so I'd like to lead a spade up to the jack. I'd also like to ruff some diamonds, but I think it's quite possible West has 5 diamonds? No. Because West bid hearts. Maybe West is 5-5. Huh. Well, I think I can play a heart to the ace first before I use my diamond ruff entry and confirm what's going on in trump. East should rise with the king here. Or queen, whatever. Oh, we love to see the 10. I think. Because it means the 9 is relatively high now. So... Am I supposed to ruff with the 9 right away? I think West may actually have 5 diamonds. Like, that would explain the lead of 7 and then 5. Wouldn't it? And East playing king and then jack? No, because where are the 10 and the 9? If East has no diamonds left, that would mean West led the 7 from 10, 9, 7. Right? So I don't think East is over ruffing in diamonds. I think I'll ruff with a small one here. Oh my god. West is the one who's out. Well, you could have fooled me. I thought for sure West had the queen. Okay, well that simplifies my plans. Don't play a spade. East would win and draw the last trump, so we play a heart instead. Club? Could I interest you in a club? No? So this is East's last diamond. What do we know about East's shape? We know East has 5 diamonds, 3 spades. Must have 2 cards in some suit. I think that suit is hearts. So East is out of hearts now. I think my only chance to take a 9th trick is that East has ace, queen, jack of clubs. Just possible. Because then I can play a low club and duck it, and he'll have to lead a club to the king for me at the end. Yeah, I think that's the only realistic line, so let's try it. What? West's card was the ace of clubs, huh? Hey, we got a club in the end anyway. The hearts were blocked in a way? No, West pitched all the hearts to hang on to clubs. I see. So they just didn't have anything left to cash. Funny. Well, 140 seems pretty good. Well, okay, I would say that, I mean, did I do anything unusual? I think I played reasonably well on this one. Yeah. I'll score that as a plus. What are we doing here? 2 hearts. We're losing a spade and at least 2 hearts and maybe a club. Maybe some roughs. I don't think there's much point declining this club finesse because they're going to get the king one way or another, and I don't think roughs are that big a deal, so I may as well just let this go around. Do I care about entries? I want to draw trump and attack spades, but I want to make sure I have entries back to hand. And they'll be tapping me in diamonds, so maybe the club is my entry back. I don't know. I'll just... Who knows? It probably doesn't matter. Okay. And now since they're not tapping me in diamonds, a diamond ruff can be my hand entry. Okay, maybe not. They're threatening to ruff this, and I kind of believe them. So could I survive by roughing this high? The problem is then I wouldn't have an entry to the spades, and I'd be left with a diamond loser. So I could ruff this high, cross in diamonds, ruff my diamond loser. But now I don't have an entry to the north hand to draw trump. And they may be able to give West a club ruff after all, if East has the ace of spades. But if West has the ace of spades, we're okay. The thing is, though, that this might be a fake club ruff. And if I ruff high, I'm actually throwing away a trick. And West actually gets a club ruff later. I kind of believe them, though. Yeah. Hey! Alright, West had the ace of spades. That seems like a fine score. Nothing outstanding, but reasonably good. Could have made some mistakes and didn't. That's what you're looking for in these events. How'd we do? 53. A 0 on board 10. Oh, my 0 from the other day ended up... Oh, it was actually a 0. That's right. That was from round 1, when I thought spades were trump, but actually it was no trump. Nobody did as badly as me. Anyway, board 10, what happened there? Oh, yeah. It was a creative way to lose tricks, I suppose. Okay, fine. Board 3 was bad. Really? How are you... I mean, you could duck diamonds, but I don't know why you would. Did they attack spades and then the opponents solved the diamonds for you somehow? I guess, by the way, on this hand I claimed there was the only way you could take 2 spade tricks would be if East had the king-queen. That isn't true. If one of them has a doubleton honor and you can guess who it is, that's also good enough. Oh, is that true, or does it have to be West with the doubleton? Because if West has a doubleton honor, you can lead the 4 towards the 10. If West hops, you finesse East, and if West ducks, you drop his honor on the next round. But if East has 2, I think dummy also having 2 means you might just be in trouble. Yeah. You can't actually do that. If North had 10 third, then East having honor X would be good enough if you could guess it. But with North having honor X, I don't think you can do it. But this happens to be a layout where if you guessed it perfectly, you could take 2 spades. Lead a low spade from hand. Kind of funny. Board 8 was also remarkable. All I did was ruff a club. I mean, I roughed 2 clubs, but the first one... Oh, you know what? I bet what people were doing was saying, well, I have 3 club winners. I just need to rough the 4th. So I'll play ace of clubs, king of clubs, club rough. And now the queen's a winner, I'll go draw trump. But then they rough out your queen. So that's why you have to rough both of them. Board 9 was bad. Huh. Thought I did fine on this. Oh, I was too chicken to... No, they finessed in clubs for me. Maybe on another line you could take... Oh, West led the 10. If I hadn't pitched a club from dummy, the 10 of clubs would have actually given up the suit to me. I could take 4 club tricks. But it seems like if I pitch a diamond, it's so easy for West to switch to a diamond, so I don't know what the other tables are doing. Huh. Okay. Board 10 we looked at a minute ago. 12 was pretty good. Right, I established the heart for a pitch. I don't know. I don't think I did anything too great on this one. 15 and 16 were also notably good. Yeah. I think I gave myself a pat on the back for this one. Ducking the diamond messed up their communication. And I got the spade rough. Sorry, I got both diamond roughs and was able to solve the spade suit. And then they threw away a spare winner they had at the end. So yeah, that certainly should be good. On 16, I correctly diagnosed the diamond club position, roughing with the 10 at the end. Cool. All right, well, just a mediocre finish in this event, but it's a strongish event. Oops, the game I accidentally minimized the window. It's a strongish event. Medium's okay. I'd rather do better, but that's life. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.